The price of gasoline doesn't differentiate between whether you support the Islamic Republic or not. It doesn't care. You still pay the same price. You might have some more money if you're part of the Islamic Republic because you've been benefiting off of that system for so long, but they're outraged. The regime supporters are so incredibly angry about this hike in prices. They didn't say too much about food inflation being 300%. They didn't say too much about the shortage of medical supplies or anything like that. They're crying out about gasoline. Why is gasoline the important thing as opposed to everything else?
Like what else?
Like, they didn't care about the medical supplies, the food, all of that. Is it because their own businesses are being hurt by this, or what could it be?
But because gasoline is the price is will be reflected in everything. Fuel prices, like everything around you, has fuel prices embedded within it, right? Like the milk that you drink needs some of the money that you pay for milk is for the fuel that you need for the cow to farm the food for the cow, to move the food for the cow, to move the meat, to move the milk of the cow to the factory, to all the stuff that runs the factory to produce the milk, to package the milk, to bring the milk to the store, to run the electricity in the store, to run the electricity in the factory. So when you're drinking a cup of milk, a lot of that money that you're paying for is fuel prices. So fuel prices is in everything. When you're paying your doctor, you're paying for fuel. But when you're paying for your milk, you're paying for fuel. So when fuel prices go up, everything goes up.
So at this point, let's give you guys some key indicators. The inflation month to month is about 90. The inflation this year has been 90%. You had 100 grand sitting in the bank. Congrats, you now have 10,000. Didn't spend it, by the way, just since January. That's what happened. In addition to that, the average wage in Iran is about 80 US dollars a month. The prices of food are hiked up. The prices of your bills have hiked up about 5 to 10 times. Let's just go say you did go and buy food for your family and you brought it home. Oh no, the electricity's out. There's an electricity outage. It just lasted 16, 20 hours. Dang, the food that you bought is spoiled, right? It's kind of summertime. Some areas of the country in 40 degrees Celsius, 120-degree Fahrenheit heat. All of a sudden, your family doesn't have food anymore. You're going to have to sell your belongings, take out loans to afford basic needs. So, in that sense, the majority of the population who is already not doing well for a long time is waiting right now for a chance for something, a spark to happen, and they will come back out. All the talk that you guys heard, perhaps through propaganda or other means of the Iranian people are never going to come back out again. That was it. January was it. And that it failed and it's over. I kept telling you guys, they don't have a choice. In fact, look at the reason as to why they come out in the first place. They want a better life, they want a normal life. If you don't get a normal life and you keep getting suppressed, you're going to keep coming back out, not because you just want to, it's because you have to. If you don't have any food on the table, you don't have anything. That's the Iranian people's side. The regime supporters have a different reason to come out. They're not as pressed in the economic front, although they are. They are concerned about, Armin, this isn't the Islamic Republic that I know and love. Who's who anymore? What's what? What
Yeah.
I endured sanctions for. This isn't what I served in the military for. That's what they're thinking, right?
Yeah. I mean, both. They're also, unlike what they pretended, they also care about the cost of living. They pretended like they don't care, but now that it's getting really bad, they're starting to cry as well. And yeah, on top of that, they're noticing that this is not the Islamic regime that they was promised to them, that the Islamic regime that they did a revolution for 48 years ago. Like women are walking around without hijab, laws are not being enforced. We didn't destroy Israel. We didn't kill Trump for killing Ali Khamenei. And executions are like 4, 5, 10, 12. It's nothing like the thousands that we asked for. We can't even say death to America anymore, apparently. We're not even allowed to say death to America. You can say death to America in America, but apparently in some areas in Iran, you can't even say that anymore.
That is the reason why the people will come out at any moment. Things are going back towards that route. So for a while, you guys may have noticed, if you've been following along, that the momentum decreased. That is true, and that was natural. The momentum right now, from someone sitting here in my room, not living in Iran, I can feel that the momentum is rising once again. Do you feel like the momentum's rising again?
I mean, it's rising, but I don't know when it will happen. And I think it's
Yeah,
unpredictable when it will happen.
of course.
And
Yeah.
also, some people are arguing that for our side to do an uprising, it shouldn't happen before we're armed, given what last time happened. I'm not saying that, but I'm telling you what some people are saying, that the next uprising should happen to that scale only after we get armed. It doesn't make sense to go back, fight the regime, and just get slaughtered like that again. We already demonstrated that we are willing to pay the ultimate price. Doing that again doesn't prove anything if we're going to get slaughtered like that again. Given that we already shown what we're capable of, some people are saying we have to wait for us to get armed before we try that again. And one thing that I'm hoping for is that we could at least get these Durka jihadis to do an uprising against the regime before then.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that brings us into our reason for why the United States and Israel will be conducting major combat operations. This will happen